Now we are going to study how to move from one screen to another. We will use the Navigator class for that. First, we will use the Navigator.push method. This method pushes a new route onto the stack, which can be a screen or page. We create a button here. When we press the button, we move to the new screen. For that, we create a new screen in a new file. Name the file detail.dart. Import material.dart. Then create a stateless widget class in the new file. Name the class detail. Return a scaffold widget in the build function. Add an app bar and include a title inside it. The title text is Detail Screen for Identification. Then include the body and add a center widget. Okay, then go to the main.dart file. Add an elevated button here. Include an anonymous function. Write the function later. Add a label for the button. The label is Go to Detail Screen. Run the app, and the button is displayed. Add a little space before the button by adding a sized box and setting a height. Then we add the function for page navigation. Call the Navigator. Many functions are available, but we will use the push function now. This function adds a new route to the stack of routes managed by the Navigator. The context parameter is the build context of the current widget. The route parameter specifies the widget that represents the new screen. For calling that new page we use Material Page Route. The Material Page Route provides a platform-specific animation when transitioning to the new route. It is a part of the Flutter framework's navigation system and helps to create a material design route. Inside the builder, we call the new screen widget that is in the detail.dart file. So, we need to import it at the top. Then run the app and click the button. The screen moves to the second page. This is a stack system. When we call the push function, it adds a new screen on top of the stack. There is a back arrow present. When we click the back arrow, it returns to the previous screen. That is how the push function works. Then we add a back button on the detail page. Add an elevated button and an on-pressed function. Then add a text label, back to home. The Back to Home button is displayed. Here, add the function to go back. The Navigator.pop function pops the current route off the stack, returning to the previous screen. Run the app. Go to the Details screen. Then click the Back button. OK, it's back to the home screen. Then we'll look at another function using Navigation.pushReplacement. This method replaces the current route with a new route, so the new route will occupy the same place in the stack. After using this, we'll check what's happening there. Run the app. Press the button to move to the next page. Here, the back icon is not available because the home page has been replaced by the new page. This method replaces the current route with a new route, so the new route occupies the same place in the stack. When we press the Back to Home button, no page is visible there. To study another function, let's first change the home page to use the push function instead of push replacement. Then, create another page for another screen. Name the file moredetail.dart. Create another screen with the title More Detail. Copy the code from the detail page and create the new one. Changing the title accordingly. Keep the back button on this page. Then go to the detail page and wrap the back button with a column. Add another button copied from the main page. Change the navigation page to More Detail. Import the More Detail page. Add a comma here. Finally, run the app. Go to the detail page. The button, Go to More Detail, is displayed there. Then we change the main axis alignment to center. Clicking that button moves us to the More Detail screen, where all back icons are available. Then we go to the detail page and change the push function to push replacement function. Finally, run the app and press the button on the detail page. Navigate to the More Detail page. The back icon is available there. When we press the back icon, we go to the first page because the middle page is replaced. This is because we're using the push replacement function. Now, let's use another function push and remove until. This method pushes a new route and removes all the previous routes until the predicate returns true. There is another parameter also. Add the new route in here. Then run the app. Go to the detail page. When we press the More Detail button, the back icon is removed because all previous screens in the stack are removed. When we try to go back, that screen is blank. Then we are going to study another function Navigator.pushNamed. This method pushes a named route onto the stack. It requires route names to be defined in the Material app or Cupertino app widget. Open the main.dart file. Remove the push function. Then create one more button. We're using two named routes. One is going to the detail screen, and the other is going to the more detail screen. Then we declare route names in Material app using the routes parameter. It's possible to declare multiple routes inside these curly braces. Here, we declare the first name as detail1, which locates to the detail class. Then, declare another named detail2, which locates to the more detail class. Call the function in the button. Navigator.pushNamed. Pass any route name in here. We use the first route name, detail1. Use the same function in the next button as well. But change the route name to detail2. Then, run the app. Click the button Detail Screen. It navigates to the Detail screen. Then click More Detail Screen. It navigates to the More Details screen. Now, let's study one more function. Navigator.pushNameDandRemoveUntil. This method pushes a named route and removes all the previous routes until the predicate returns true. In button 2, we change the function. Call the function pushNameDandRemoveUntil. We know what is happening here. We already studied push and remove until. The same thing is happening here. Here, give the route name detail too. Then run the app. The first one uses the pushNamed function, and the back button is available here. Next is the pushNameDandRemoveUntil function, and now the back button is not available. This is the end of this tutorial. I will come with another tutorial. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.